Oh, the age of the internet, a time when we become so inundated with information we don't know what to believe anymore. Well, now an Israeli company is on a mission to put an end to biased news. And joining us is Daniel Ravner, the CEO and founder of The Perspective. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, what is The Perspective and why did you come up with it?
The Perspective is a website that's on a mission to open people's minds. It always shows you two sides of every story, be it current events, be it big debates like abortion, like gun control, like paleo diet, and be it historic timelines. So for example, one of the things that we do, we really take on psychology and design in order to circumvent people rejection, because people usually don't really get persuaded through an argument.
Well, right, and they want to read what they agree with anyhow. That's
Yeah.
one of the common issues. Okay.
So we use different, I don't want to say tricks, but we use different means in order to allow people to be more comfortable opening their minds. So for example, in one of our features, which is called Subjective Timeline, we tackle historic debates like the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And when you go on your mobile phone, you will see the same key events going on, and then you can swipe left and right to see how each side sees the same event, because history is really subjective. So everybody has the side that they're comfortable with, alongside the side that might challenge them. But even that, we recognize that there are different values that are important to people who are liberal or conservative.
Right.
And we use conservative values to frame liberal arguments, and we use liberal values to frame conservative arguments.
Very interesting. Okay, so this is almost like mind-boggling. I'm trying to put this together as we go. And so what are you using articles from other news sources and then changing those articles through this method?
It depends. We have different content features. So one of them would be aggregation.
Okay.
We would find, because on Facebook you wouldn't see stuff that really challenges you, right? You would see stuff that people who are exactly like you share.
Right, because you follow what you like.
Yeah. So we wouldn't be even exposed to stuff that is different, even if it's stuff that is worth your while and is interesting. So on the aggregation feature, we find stuff that is worth your time, that is interesting, and we put it one next to the other. On the pro-con articles, we really research it ourselves, but write it in a way that would appeal to your values.
Now here's my question. When it comes to facts, this interesting word that we use, is there a level of fact-checking that's going on? Because part of what you're saying here is that there is no one history, right? People see it from a different perspective.
Well, I have two answers to that. The first one is, yes, obviously, because we're running through the news every day, we have a team of writers that kind of look into 15, 20 articles per story. So I think what's false and what's real kind of jumps up at you. But I don't, it's a different subject, but
right, this is something that we can go...
It's an interesting one, but I don't think fake news is as big of a problem as filter bubbles. Because people have always been, there were always been extreme people who lied. And what changed is the fact that they have a platform in which to reverberate. And that's what makes the difference. In a world with zero fake news and the same kind of filter bubbles, you would have the same exact polarization. So
here's my question for you. Have you launched yet? If so, how many people are currently using this platform? And if not, when can we access it?
No, it's actually, we've launched it on Product Hunt on March 17.
Okay.
And we had a wonderful launch. We've been around for 7-8 months. We've been growing 20-30% each month. And we've won the 2017 Web Award for Best News Site 7 months after we launched. So we feel like, we're at the point where we have to prove potential, and we think we are on a good path, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, this is very interesting. I'm going to check it out myself.
Yes, please do.
And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.